What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Bringing It's Golf video. Today we're going to be ranking YouTube golfers. Who's the best? Okay, so how this video is going to work, you've probably seen some other guys do it. I know for a fact Luke Peavy's done this several times, but this is going to be my list, so don't come at me in the comments if who you think is the best is not the same as me. This is purely my opinion based off of what I've watched and what I've seen. So yeah, let's get into it. My list is broken down in 4 tiers based on the quality of player, who they've played, who they've matched up against, based on what I've seen from certain YouTube videos. To lead it off, at number 1 in tier 1, he's probably by far the best golfer on the platform. That will be Mr. Bryson DeChambeau. As many of you know, Bryson is a PGA Tour winner. Now he's on to the Live Tour, making a bunch of money playing golf. So his videos, outstanding, high quality videos. It's cool to see kind of the tour life and what goes behind all of that. So honestly, I think he's overall the best player on the platform, without a doubt. So yeah, he's at the top of the list at number 1. So these next 3 are kind of, they could be in whatever order it doesn't matter. They could all probably beat each other at some point in time. But next we have Wesley Bryan. Many of you know Wesley Bryan, PGA Tour winner, had some injuries that kind of set him back a little bit here as of late, but should be making his way back. Getting some, I don't know what his status is as of right now as far as PGA Tour, Korn Ferry Tour. I know he played Korn Ferry Tour finals last year, so hopefully we'll see him back on the PGA Tour coming soon. Next is a guy by the name of Ben Haddon. If you don't know who Ben Haddon is, go subscribe to his channel. Great channel. Lots of kind of vlog style tour life blogs. He played around some smaller tours for a while, and then recently got his PGA Tour Canada tour card, so we will see some more on that. But he's a guy that, I mean, he can tee it up and shoot 60 from basically what I've seen. His earlier videos, he kind of shot mid-70s, missed some cuts, but honestly, I think from what I've seen out of his videos here recently, he's a lot better than that. So, and rounding out tier 1, not to say he can't beat those last 2 guys, but I'm gonna go with Luke Kwan. Luke Kwan makes great videos, outstanding kind of vlog type videos showing kind of his everyday life. He just posted a video showing the facility at University of Oklahoma, arguably one of the top 2 golf schools in the country right now. So really cool stuff out of his channel. I think he's recently joined Good, so lots of cool stuff coming from him. Just a great player. Absolutely hits the ball a mile, gets up and down from just about anywhere. He was on PGA Tour China for a while. I'm not sure what his status is as of right now, but solid player. Can break 70 anytime he tees it up, really. This next tier of guys is probably the biggest tier out of all of them. I mean, a lot of these guys, there's no given order on who's the best going down the list. They're all really solid in this tier 2. So I'm just kind of going to go through them really fast. But I think the top of the list, honestly, at this tier is Kyle Mays. You all know him as Cart Barn Guys. Really solid player. He can control ball flight, hit any shot in the bag based on, I mean, his Instagram stories, his YouTube content. Really good player. I really like watching his stuff. He's just very entertaining and really energetic. So I really enjoy his content, but I think he is by far the top of tier 2. Next in tier 2, we have Wesley's brother, George. George, I mean, honestly, I think he could be in tier 1 if he had the time and really dedicated everything to golf. He's a great player, hits every shot in the bag. One of the best ball strikers off the tee that you're going to find on the platform. But he just doesn't play a lot of tournaments. I think he has been playing some tournaments and doing fairly well in those, so that's really cool to see. His day-to-day golf life is just, I mean, a lot of fun to see. Every time I get the notification, first thing I do is click right on him. So yeah, keep up the good stuff, George, if you're watching this. Next on the tier 2 list, Micah Morris. Many of you know him as Tig. Micah and I are from the same area here in Oklahoma, but I don't know him personally. I know who he is, but that guy can hit the ball a freaking mile. Gets up and down quite often, can shoot in the 60s. I mean, he's a consistent low 70s player, but can fire a mid 60s round just as easy. So he's in tier 2. He's playing some tournaments. We'll see how he does in some of those, and see if he can move up to that next tier up in tier 1. My next pick in tier 2 is Luke Peavy. Many of you guys have seen Luke Peavy's videos. He started off and just has been on a tear, gaining subscribers left and right. Just played a match against Micah Morris down in Dallas, and he spanked him. Absolutely spanked him. His putting is unbelievable. Can putt from anywhere on the green and make just about anything. Ball striking, he's pretty solid. He's right down the middle of the fairway almost every single time. So if he can dial in those the wedges and get it a little bit closer for him to make more putts, he's right there to shoot. I mean, upper 60s just about every time he tees it up. So his stuff is unbelievable to watch too. Really entertaining, really funny guy. So hope he keeps it up. These next two I'm going to group together just because they play so much golf together. Garrett Clark from Good Good and Grant Horvat from Good Good. Both of them outstanding players. Garrett, as you all know, he's an absolute wizard with a wedge in his hand, can get up and down from just about anywhere. He makes more hole outs than anybody I've ever seen. So the dude is just unreal when it comes to getting up and down or holding out from 30, 40 yards. He can do it all. Grant, probably the most consistent player, silky smooth swing, doesn't get in trouble really at all. His downfall is this: he just doesn't make enough putts. I mean, I've seen him be able to go low and shoot in the 60s before, but I think he's more often than not a low 70s player, so that's why he fell in this tier 2. And to round out tier 2, I have Zach Radford. I haven't seen a whole lot on Zach Radford, but he played against Luke Peavy in a match, and I believe Zach won. So I don't know a whole lot about him other than his stinger game is just ridiculous. The guy can hit just absolute laser beams down the fairway, so really cool to watch. I need to go and follow up on his stuff and just see what else he can do, but yeah, that's why he hit tier 2. Tier number 3. Tier 3, we're going to start it off with Andrew Jensen. Honestly, he could be up there at the top of tier 2 if he had the time and he played a little bit more. I don't know what he's really doing. I don't know if he's getting in a lot of tournaments or anything like that, but he can play. He can flat out play from what I've seen from his older videos. I think just being a father and all of that's kind of taken up a lot of his time, so that's why he kind of fell down to that tier 3. Still 70s player, upper 60s player if he gets it going, I'm sure. So he falls here in tier 3. And the next on tier 3 list, one of my favorite golfers on the platform, Fat Perez. Fat Perez, oh my gosh, this guy is an animal, absolute animal on the golf course. Hits just about any shot, comes in clutch for the boys, just about every video they film. The guy is a beast, makes putts from just about everywhere, but his comedy and his golf shots when it matters, the guy just can do it all, and I love watching him. So tier 3, Fat Perez, keep it up. The next guy you all know, for very good reason, 2 hole-in-ones on camera, one of them on a par 4, Matt Scharf. Matt is really, really good at ball striking. I mean, he can hit it, and it's just so good to watch. His swing is so smooth. The guy can really hit it a mile based on just what I've seen in their videos. Sneaky long hitter. The guy can really hit it. But you don't expect a lot out of Matt. You know he can do it, but sometimes he's just out there having fun. And but I mean, who doesn't? So the guy can, I mean, he's a low 70s guy when he's getting it going, and if he's not, he might be in the 80s one day, but he's right in there at the mid 70s probably most of the time. So that's why he falls tier 3. And what would the video be if I wouldn't rate myself? I'm going to fall in tier 3 based on my own opinion. Tier 3, as much as I play, I try to film as much as I can. I'm a mid 70s guy. I mean, that's really all it falls down to. I play very little anymore. But when I put it all together, I could shoot low 70s. When I don't, it's upper 70s. So I fall right here, tier 3. Subscribe if you haven't. Next on the tier 3 list, Bubby Golf. If you haven't seen Bubby Golf, go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He's really, really cool, really down-to-earth, genuine guy. What you see is what you get with Bubby, and that's what I really appreciate. The guy can hit it. He's kind of sneaky long, just like the rest of those guys. But you're always going to see a smile on his face, even when he's not playing well, which is really fun to see and really encouraging. As much as the stuff that he's gone through in his life that he's been really public about, it's admirable, and I love watching the guy. He's a great person from what he's put out in front of us here, and yeah, just keep it up, Bubby. Rounding out tier 3, last guy on the list, but not least, my good friend Casey Gates goes by KG Golf and Outdoors on YouTube. The dude hits it freaking miles off the tee. As you've seen in a lot of my videos, he is at least 50 yards ahead of me down the fairway almost every single hole. The guy hits it a freaking mile. When he gets it going, when he can get his putter hot one day, I mean, he can throw low 70 in there at you. In our matches, I mean, he's right there with me, 5-5 in the weekend matches, so I couldn't leave him out of this list. He's got all the tools to put it together. It's just if he puts it together or not. So I mean, he's just as capable of shooting a low 70 as I am, so that's why he falls in tier 3. And the final tier, tier 4. This tier is guys that are just like, they're on the platform and they're making improvements to their game. They're playing pretty well, but they just don't have like tournaments under their belts, and they're not really consistent, but they're working on it and they're improving, and that's what it's all about. So guys, here we go. Tier 4. First up on tier 4, everybody's favorite, Bobby Fairways. Bob, you never know what you're gonna get with Bob. He's gonna sometimes knock it down the middle, sometimes he's gonna hit it dead right every single video. You never know. But when Bobby gets that putter hot, he's deadly. Next in tier 4 from the Bob Does Sports group is Mr. Joey Cold Cuts. Joey can actually put it together. I was really kind of trying to figure out where to put Joey, because I do think he's a lot better than Bob. But just the sheer confidence I think Joey has with the wedge game, and just the putter kind of holds him back just a little bit. When he's hitting it good off the tee, he can really put it together and be something special. And his attitude is kind of hilarious when he starts getting going. But nevertheless, he's always entertaining. That whole group, I love it. I love the videos. They're just perfect. I love it. Next on the list to round out the good group, I have Steven Castaneda. I think that's his last name, Steve. Everybody knows Steve. I honestly just don't think he really cares that much to really put everything into golf. He's kind of does his own thing, which is respectable. Everybody's got their own stuff, and I think he does put it together, like when he's really taking time and trying to play well, but a lot of times he just gets up there and hits it, so I think that kind of hinders his scores a lot of times. But he's a good dude from what I can tell, so he makes the list. And to round out the list, Mr. Kai Callan's Golf. If you haven't gone and subscribed to his channel, go and do it right now. Me and him had a collaboration where we had an 18-hole stroke play video, and it is live right now. So go watch it, subscribe to his channel, check it out. Kai's a great dude, known him for a really long time. He didn't start playing golf until I think he was a junior or senior in high school. So he hasn't been playing a super long time, but he can shoot low 80s. And on his bad day, he's going to shoot high 80s. There's really not a huge variation. But when he gets that putter rolling, he can get it going. And he's a fun guy to play with, real personable guy, real encouraging. He's just a good dude, so couldn't leave him off the list. Hope you're watching, Kai. Again, this is just my list, so don't roast me in the comments if I left somebody off. If I did leave somebody off, put them in the comments. I'll go watch their stuff. maybe we'll make this list again and see kind of how it all matches up, see who moves up, who moves down, who may not make the list next time. I don't know. But yeah, as always, subscribe, like, and do what you gotta do, as Mr. Kai Callan says. But yeah, who's the best on YouTube? Comment, let me know. Peace.